welcome to another episode of Guardian Music Live. It's your boy Chinonso Ihekere. And today we're super excited because we have one of the most talented MCs to ever touch the mic, is ain't nobody better than the Omar Alejo himself. Give it up for YCee.
What's good, man? How's it going, man?
I'm good, man. Yeah, so thank you so much for joining us in the studio today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You just released a smashing album, Love Drunk.
Yeah.
So congratulations, first of all.
Thank you.
How do you feel about the album?
I feel really great, seeing as I think the last project I put out was in 2019.
Yeah.
So I really didn't release too much music last year because of, dealing with the pandemic and all.
Yeah.
So there's been that rift, lack of music for my fans, and a lot of my fans have been asking, when are we going to get another project? When are we going to get another body of work?
Yeah.
So, I've been working on this from at about January 2020 up until August 2021. It was a really lengthy process, and I'm just really excited to, finally have new music out, and the reception, the acceptance has been really amazing, so I'm just here.
Well, that's cool. That puts it at roughly more than a year you had to make this project.
Yeah.
You spoke about the pandemic. How did you go through that? How did you deal with it?
For me, I actually was stuck in London at the time. I was supposed to be gone for like 2 weeks.
Okay.
And then the airports everywhere just shut down. So I ended up being in London for 6 months. So it was, I was away from my friends and my family for a very long time. And I think dealing with the pandemic over there, it was different from how it was being dealt with over here, because I think in London the cases were a lot more severe, a large amount. So it just gave me time to just, be introspective, go back to the drawing board, see how I could work on myself and everything. And, I was able to make the most of the time. And by the time I got back to Lagos, I had like a refreshed mindset, and I was just ready to, get back to work.
Okay. Getting back to work, from YCee versus Ahir to, Love Drunk now.
Yeah.
First of all, why are you Love Drunk in 2021?
Funny enough, when I started working on this project in January last year, I just got out of a long-term relationship.
Okay.
So I was dealing with, a very fresh heartbreak. And for me personally, anytime I'm in that kind of situation, anytime I'm dealing with anything personally, I always just like to drown myself in my work. I'd rather be productive and just channel all my energy into making more music. So, initially it was just to distract myself from the way I was feeling, but as I kept on recording, the more songs I recorded, I saw that, it was taking a certain direction, a certain pattern, because of where I was at mentally and emotionally. So, by the time I was done, I just knew that it was going to be, music like that was heavily related with being in love or being out of love.
Cool. So let's look at the sonic aspect of it. This album showed a lot more pop, R&B, YCee.
Yeah.
We didn't see much of the hip hop side.
Nah, definitely not.
Was that because of the type of music you were making, or you deliberately did that?
I think it was an unconscious effort. Like I said, with every song I was making, it was just going in that direction. And I think the blend of Afrobeat and R&B for most of the music that I've put out, it's been really successful. So, it was more or less an experiment to like work on that sound and perfect it. And by the time I was done, I was really comfortable with what I'd done so far. So I think a lot of people, were asking why there wasn't as much rap. As much as I would have wanted to rap, would have felt out of place in the project. So I think I'm really happy with the direction I went in.
Oh, that's cool, On the album, you had some amazing pop, groove or party kind of jams on there. And that seems to be like a recurring theme with all your projects. There's this bit of fusion. Is that deliberate as well?
No, that's very deliberate. As much as you want to make music that people are going to listen to, you also have to, understand the climate of music in Nigeria, Lagos especially. People just love to party and have a good time. So with every body of work I put out, I always make sure that there should be at least one, if not two, songs in there that people will be able to slam in the clubs, at parties, and everything. So I mean, that was a very, very deliberate effort.
Yeah. Okay, so looking at your life as an executive, how's it been in that terrain? How are you coping?
Man, it's not easy, to be honest, because I'm really not somebody that has been, really business inclined from the jump. So
Okay.
a lot of the things I know now, I had to learn through some very harsh experiences.
Okay.
I had to take time out to actually seek knowledge in areas that I was lacking.
Okay.
So I think all around, I think getting to a point where I know a lot more than I did, say about 2-3 years ago, it's really empowering for myself. And, one thing I would like to tell a lot of upcoming artists is, as much as, you seek to better yourself as a creative, you're working on your craft and your talent. Another thing you also need to be working on and taking into consideration is, business knowledge of the music business and the music industry. That way you would be better inclined to recognizing opportunities that will benefit you, and it's not just, I see a lot of artists just feel like, oh, it's usually just the job of the manager or, the administrative team to handle like business conversations and all that. But if you as an artist are not, you don't have that business knowledge to know when to, when opportunities present themselves, you won't be able to take most of those opportunities, because at the end of the day, you yourself are the brand, you yourself are the artist. A lot of people are going to be approaching you directly. So, you need to know how to segue that conversation, or when to involve your team, or, matters that you can handle yourself as well. So I think for me, making that decision to actually set up my own imprint, it empowered me in ways that I didn't really understand up until now, because it's very, very important to have good knowledge of the business. As much as you're a talented artist, talent is just, I like to tell people that talent is really about half of what it takes.
Okay, before we go back to Love Drunk and continue with this convo, I'm curious, what do your tattoos mean?
I have a lot of tattoos. I think I have about 11 tattoos now.
Okay, there's one in Arabic.
Arabic, yeah. I can't really read the Arabic, but in English it translates to I suffered, I learned, and I changed. So I think this is one of the first tattoos I actually got, because it was at a time where, I'd taken like a lot of beating on my upcoming journey. So I think with every step, I like to look at every L I take, not really as a loss, but more or less a lesson. So with every step I was taking, I was learning more, and I was, adjusting myself to better deal with the way the industry is shaped. So there's that. There's my zodiac sign, which is Aquarius.
Okay.
Angel and devil emojis, and a lot of other ones I won't get into. And then there's one across my chest that says everything of value must be earned.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's wonderful. So moving on to Love Drunk, what's your favorite song of the album?
My favorite song right now is My Ways.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I think for me that was like one song where I really bared a lot of emotions and shared, a lot of like experiences in a way, and most times I'm not really as vocal because of like the choice of music I make. There's really not that chance to actually like say what's on your mind or narrate certain experiences. So I think on that song I was able to just dig deep and, put a lot more on the beat.
Okay, cool. I thought you say West Indies.
Funny enough, the funny thing is West Indies was actually the last song. I think we added that song about a week before the project itself came out, because there was already another song on the initial pre-order, and we were having issues clearing the song, and it was taking forever, and we didn't have that much time. So we took that song out, and then we put West Indies on it.
Good choice.
And I feel like that's like one song that I know a lot of people, from the day it dropped, people are like, no, the project is good, but this song is special. You could already have like a clear-cut plan, and you feel like that's what's going to work out. And then at the last minute, anything could happen. So you have to be properly suited in those situations. You have to be prepared for whatever situation presents itself. Exactly.
Yeah, def. All right, so who are you feeling currently in the industry? Like, especially among the new guys.
Who am I feeling? Rema, definitely. You know, Rema
Okay.
is some. I think one thing about Rema is the fact that we're all seeing him evolve and grow. You know, from a young artist to a more mature artist, and that's really, you know, one thing that's always a joy to watch.
Okay.
Oxlade, definitely. Oxlade has been really, really amazing. He's somebody that, you know, I've been opportune to meet on several different occasions in the studio, outside the studio. He's an amazing talent. Psycho YP,
Okay. Cool.
yeah, definitely. Psycho has been, you know, pushing his music for the longest time, and you know the energy that he puts into his music, it just keeps growing with each release. So yeah, I was mentioning these three guys definitely.
Do you see yourself working more in the alt scene or collaborating with those guys?
Yeah, you know, I think there was a time where a lot of people actually used to think I was an alter artist, but you know, I feel like that community has, you know, been self-sustaining itself for the longest time, and you know, big ups to all the artists in that scene. You know, what they've been doing in the last few years is something that a lot of us can take, you know, one or two lessons from. The way they, you know, created their audience, they cater to their audience, and they don't have to compromise on their sound or their talent. 9 times out of 10, I would still be considered as a mainstream artist.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, cool. Are you open to finding love again?
Am I open to finding love again?
Yeah.
Well, not anytime soon. Not anytime soon. You know, I still have a lot of work to do when it comes to that aspect of my life and myself. So, I've learned a lot from my past relationships, and you know, moving forward, I'm just using that knowledge to better navigate my love life. And you know, I have to be very careful, because the older you get, the more you realize you don't have that many relationships left in you.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a situation where you have to be sure that, okay, you know, whoever you're going to be getting into a relationship with, you want something that's going to be long term, that hopefully will lead to the ultimate goal, which is like marriage or something.
All right. Do you have any celebrity crush?
Any celebrity crush? Nah, not anymore.
Okay.
Not anymore. I feel like
Who was it before?
I used to have like the strongest crush on Genevieve. You know, I saw her one time at an airport in Abuja, and you know, I think for the longest time, you know, when I'd actually like blown, I didn't think I could be in a situation where I would be starstruck if I saw anybody. You know, like I'd met a lot of musicians, like a lot of people I used to look up to, and it was just, you know, it was cool vibes. But then I saw Genevieve, and it was like,
Okay.
she's really something. Like she has this aura about her, and yeah, man.
Okay, you know, thank you so much. This
Yeah,
has been
thanks for
an amazing, wonderful conversation. So,
Thank
guys,
you.
that's it. We've had an amazing time with the Omo Alejo himself. You know,
Yep.
he has a new album out, Love Drunk. You know, go stream that, go listen to that. You know, thank you so much, YCee.
Thanks for
Looking forward to having you over again. You know. And that's it today on Guardian Music Live. Catch us here again, same time next week. I'm your boy Chinonso Ihekiri. Good day.
Yo, what up, people? What's good? It's your boy YCee Omo Alejo, #1. Ain't nobody better than. And you've been hanging out with me on Guardian Music on Guardian TV. Don't go anywhere.